Welcome back to the Logbook Pro video tour. We're going to take a look at the window style logbook in this video. As with the spreadsheet style log area video, there are two interface methods for entering data in the Logbook Pro. You've got the traditional layout of the spreadsheet style, or the one screen interface of the Windows style, so there's no reason to do any scrolling, anything of that matter. We'll go ahead and open up the Windows style logbook, which you can also do by clicking the main toolbar icon, as long as the options flight log area is configured to use the Windows log as the default style. In one of the previous videos, we talked about the pop-up summaries, the information that's available by placing your mouse over the particular fields, which provides you a grand total as well as the total based on the aircraft type that is available. So that is in the automation, in the one of the other videos that we're not going to discuss that topic here, but you can control that in the options flight log area. Depending on how you have the options flight log configuration settings, depends on which field is going to be active when you open the Windows style log area. You can either have it set to the date field, as we have here, or the duration. If you log a lot of flights of the same date, then you might choose to have the duration field set to have the focus or the cursor located within it on startup. So let's take a look at logging flights here in the Windows style log. We can choose our date, and you can use the calendar drop down and change the year values, the month values, select a particular day. Let's enter one for the 7th. You pick the aircraft type, and your types are configured in the options aircraft area. So we'll set up a Cessna 152, which, as you see, that was actually preloaded for us because it knows the last flight log entry we made was in this particular type, and it happened to be from the spreadsheet log video. And you can see the last ident is already loaded, the last route is already loaded, it's already preloaded with the leg and a day landing based on the autofill settings for this type. So you can see that the flight is almost completely entered. All we have to do is enter our duration. Well, let's say we're going to fly a different aircraft than this particular N number. You could select the N number from those that have been flown before with a Cessna 152 type. If it's not listed, then we can go ahead and enter it directly in just by typing it in. As far as the route, we're going to see the last 15 routes flown. And again, if the route is not listed, you can go ahead and type the route in, and you can continue to type across your entire route for the day if you wish. And you can always, that would be 3 legs. We've got the first leg, the second leg, the third leg. So we're logging 3 legs or 3 flights within this one day of 7/Feb/03. We'll go ahead and enter the duration. We can either use the up and down arrows, or we can enter just by using the keyboard. And as you can see, once we make a change and we leave the duration column or the field here, then those that have been configured in the options autofill area for the Cessna 152 type will automatically get those values set. We've also looked in a previous video where we have double-click auto entry available. We showed in that video the spreadsheet style log, but you also have it here in the Windows style log. You just go to the appropriate columns, double-click, and it will automatically gain the same value as the duration value. So a very quick and easy way to set time values or a starting point, and then you can adjust, such as I have done here for the instrument time. If you have custom yes/no fields, you'll see them listed here. And then your custom counters, custom times, as desired. We'll go ahead and say we did 3 takeoffs today as well, and we did 3 landings for our 3 legs. And we have our flight. We can enter remarks up to 255 characters. And then you can see our flight cost has automatically been calculated for us, because remember, in the options aircraft area we specified the Cessna 152 was going to get a rate of $55 per hour. At 1.2 hours, it comes out to $66. Well, we happen to use an instructor on this flight. We've got dual time in there, and we'll just say we'll give them $30 in this case, or we could type in the value manually. If we have per diem, then we can actually type in a per diem value if that was what you elected. We did some instrument training on this flight, so we went ahead and flew 2 ILSs, and we did 2 holding patterns with that as well. And then we can either go to a new entry or close, and this flight log record is automatically saved. There's no save button. There's no need to save. As I've mentioned several times in several videos, Logbook Pro is looking out for you and will save your information. We can display the approach information as you've seen here. Let's go ahead and click New. We have now committed that. Let's go to that last entry, Cessna 152, and I'll show you the navigation bar here as well, where we can actually quickly go to different flights within our logbook. If you want to edit it or view it, just view the information from this quick view system, select it, and then it's automatically loaded in case you have to do any editing or any sort of information such as that. We can also use go to the first record, go to the last record, or we can step through at one record at a time and look at your flight log entries. If you want to delete the displayed entry, you can click the delete button, and it's going to prompt you, are you sure, because this operation is not recoverable. So once the information is deleted, it has been purged and it is gone. Some options in the sub toolbar area: the ability to go into the options flight log. You can configure the summary bar, which is discussed in the summary bar video on its own. We can configure the display, and only asterisk items may be hidden in the window style logbook. So not all these columns can be hidden, but we can hide the legs, the out, the in, as you can see. Well, we've got the options in the way. We'll take a look here. That out and in have been removed, and takeoff and land have been put together, and it's the same type of entry system. So if we want to use this type of system to enter our takeoff and land times, it will automatically calculate the duration value in hours and tenths based off the time difference between takeoff and landing, load it in the duration, fire the autofill, and there we have it. And real neat, all in one screen. You don't have to scroll across values or columns, but that might be your preference as well. So you can see all of your flights in one display. Here you're looking at one flight at a time, but you're looking at the entire flight, whereas the spreadsheet style, you're looking at multiple flights across many rows, but you have to scroll across. So whichever interface you choose, that is available. You can show and hide the options using this toolbar icon. We can also, just as in the spreadsheet style log, pick a particular date and snap to that date and look at that data. And then we have the summary bar data, which is configurable. We can run an error check on the logbook. And then obviously there are right mouse menu operations, which can be used to get to items that pertain to where you're working within the Logbook Pro, specifically the Windows style logbook area. So in this video, we took a quick look at the Windows style log entry system. It's a modern, unique, nice entry system to rapidly enter flights. Hope you enjoyed the content of this video.